and fans, customers, they think record companies, they make a lot of profit, but you can say that maybe every third or fifth band you can make profit as a company. This is the main problem. They see the record company totally wrong. You have to see the calculations how a record company has to calculate, because you see all the expenses increase for shipping costs and and all other companies they increase the price and people have to pay for it. But this is something what we cannot do. We have to lower the price, the list price in the stores, because we must have competitive prices, because the CD as product lost a lot on reputation. Everybody thinks because I can download it somewhere, I don't have to pay for it, and no one is ready to invest money in a CD nowadays. This is the biggest problem. This is also the reason why the records companies, for example, in the States, also did start to sell a record for a list price of $9.99. And I don't have to tell you the profit margin. It's nearly nothing.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen an increase in sales since dropping down the price? Are people more apt to buy an album then?
It depends from the band. Always, you can have high value products which you can sell for a good price, but of course there must be a demand for it. But if you have a more mainstream product, for a wide audience, you must lower the price. You must have really a competitive price. So we always have done the experience, if you sell a record for $9.99 US or €9.99, people are ready to buy the record. It is a level where they think it's a cheap price and they get something for the money. Like to have a good product, you cannot invest less money. You must invest more, because studio, for example, the studio expenses they increase, or if you would like to have a good layout, everything. I mean, you have to invest a lot of money. There are expenses, and you really have to invest this money to have a good and competitive product on the market. If you don't do this, you have a cheap product and no one will buy it. But of course, if you see the calculation or the break-evens, for example, we always calculate every record before we release it, of course, with marketing and budget and you see always the break-even increase, because you know that the average incomes per sold record decrease. So there's this is the future doesn't look so good for music business, to be honest. There are so many companies around. They are searching for good bands. So the competition between the companies is also high. So everybody is offering more and more and more, and it's like they destroy, with things like this, they destroy themselves. It's something like a suicide, and also big companies were thinking, they must make a lot of money with this band. And if you know how much money can invest in the background, I don't want to see the final numbers. Right. If it's really a profitable band or not.
And there's also, besides just the album, I know that you put in a lot for tour support as well, and that's just a whole nother facet.
This is also the reason, of course, why we try to have long-term deals with the multiple album deals with the artist. Because in average, you can say the company will start to make profit with the band after the third record.
Really? Okay.
I mean, of course, it also depends on the record. How the composing of the music is. There are so many aspects you have to consider if a record can be profitable or not. We had bands which would have done 2-3 great records, great albums, the sales increased, and then they come up with a fourth album which one was terrible, and you will see it really very fast in the numbers. People will not buy the record. It's really, I mean, it's difficult, but this is music business, so you have to be more and more careful which bands you will sign.